And now I want to talk about Boolean logical operators. So now let's actually go back inside this content underline main.xml, because I want to actually put in lots of components into this screen. Okay, so as you can see here, again, it's now showing us an error. So I just need to click on this clear cache here. Now, as you can see, the error is gone. So, okay, everyone, now let's actually drag in a linear layout horizontal into this linear layout vertical. Okay, so now let's actually put in some more components into this linear layout horizontal. Okay, so let's actually drag in a large text view here. So just click on this large text view, and then you can actually click on this linear layout horizontal here. Okay, so as you can see here, now this text view is here. So double click on this text view, and for the text, just type in here true and true, and for the ID, just type in txt true and true. Okay, and then let's actually drag in two more checkboxes into this linear layout horizontal. So as you can see here, we've got this checkbox here. So just click on this checkbox and then click on this linear layout horizontal here. Okay, so as you can see here, now this checkbox is here. So double click on this checkbox, and for the text, just type in here yes, and for the ID, just type in here chx true and true yes. Okay, let's actually drag in another checkbox into this linear layout horizontal. So just click on this checkbox here and then put it inside this linear layout horizontal, and then double click on this checkbox here, and for the text, just type in here no, and for the ID, just type in here chx true and true no. Okay, and then let's actually click on this linear layout horizontal, and as you can see here, we've got a layout gravity, and we've got this gravity attribute. Okay, so just click on this gravity attribute, and then open this attribute by just clicking on this little triangle here, and then click on this center horizontal here. Okay, check this checkbox. So as you can see here, now our components inside this linear layout horizontal is actually positioned at the center of this linear layout horizontal. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense. And let's actually go back inside this main activity.java file here, and then let's actually create some more objects from those components. As you can see inside this content underline main.xml, we need to actually create a text view and two more checkboxes. Okay, so inside this main activity.java here, I can just type in text view, okay, txt true and true, and then I put an assignment operator here, and then I need to cast this object to text view, find view by id r dot id dot txt true and true. Okay, so let's actually create a comment here in order to specify that these components are actually related to this true and true text view. Okay, so I can just type in true and true here. Okay, and now let's actually create two more checkboxes. So I can just type in checkbox chx true and true yes. Okay, and then I put an assignment operator, and then I need to actually cast this object to the checkbox object, and then I just need to type in find view by id r dot id dot chx true and true yes. Okay, again I need to create another checkbox object chx true and true no. I put an assignment operator here, checkbox find view by id r dot id dot chx true and true no. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense. So now let's actually work on these components. Okay, so at the bottom, so here, as you can see, we can actually create a comment here, true and true. Okay, everyone, now let's actually create a Boolean variable here. So I just need to type in Boolean. Okay, and then the name of my variable is true and true. Okay, and then I need to put in an assignment operator here, and then I want to actually assign a value to this variable. Okay, so as you can see, the data type of our variable is Boolean, so we need to actually assign a value of type Boolean. So as a result, we can only assign either true or false to this true and true variable. So I can just create a Boolean expression here. Okay, so I just need to put in a pair of round brackets here, and then inside the parentheses I can just type in true and. So as you can see here, I put in two and symbols here. Okay, true and true. Okay, so as you can see here, this is actually a Boolean expression. Okay, and the result of this expression is going to be assigned to this Boolean variable. Okay, so now let's actually create an if statement here. So if, and then inside the parentheses I need to actually specify the condition, so true and true. So as you can see here, I specified that if the value of this true and true variable is true, okay, so if the result of this expression is true, then that true value is going to be assigned to this variable. Okay, and if the value of this variable is true, so as you can see here, that's the meaning of this if statement here. If the value of this true and true variable is true, so now I can actually put in my own codes inside of these curly braces. So chx true and true yes dot set checked true. Okay, and this means that please, if the value of this true and true variable is true, then we can actually check this checkbox here. As you can see, check this yes checkbox. Okay, and else if the value of this true and true variable is not true, so it is false, so I can just I just need to put in an exclamation mark here, true and true. And this means if the value of this true and true variable is false, so I can just put in another pair of curly braces here. So as you can see, inside these curly braces I can just type in chx true and true no dot set checked. So chx true and true no dot set checked true. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense. So now let me actually explain again. First of all, we actually created a Boolean variable named true and true, and then we assigned a Boolean expression to this variable. Okay, and then we actually created an if else statement here. Okay, so first of all, we specified that if the value of this true and true variable is true, and that means if the value of this expression is true, then that true value is going to be assigned to this variable. Okay, and if the value of this variable is true, then execute this line of code here, and else if the value of this variable is not true, then execute this line of code here. And if the value of this true and true variable is false, it's going to actually check this no checkbox here. Okay, because we actually specified that it's going that chx true and true no dot set checked true. So this true value means it's going to actually check this checkbox. So remember that I told you when this checkbox is actually checked, the value of this checkbox is true, and when this checkbox is checked off, the value of this checkbox is false. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense. And let's actually run our project and see what happens. Okay, now as you can see, our application is actually running on this emulator. And as you can see here, now this checkbox here is checked on. Okay, true and true yes. And this means that the value of this true and true variable is true. So this line of code is actually get executed. Okay, chx true and true yes. So this checkbox dot set checked true. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense.